What's up, everyone? My name is Brian. I'm a small business owner, a real estate investor, and an avid side hustler. Welcome to my channel and my grocery store. Hey guys, a little change in scenery today. We're inside my office and not out on the sales floor. So I'm not great with lighting. If it's not good, please forgive me. It'll get better in the next video. I promise. I'm trying to work out the kinks. I'm new to this whole camera and lighting thing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. So just work with me. So do you wake up every single morning and go through the same routine? You push through another day at a job that you just hate. And then you come home in the afternoon and you rush through another all too familiar routine, only to fall asleep and then wake up and do it all over again. And then finally, the weekend arrives. But all you do is catch up on the personal things that you didn't have time to do during the week. Guys, for a lot of people, life has become just this big giant to-do list. And it never includes the things you want to do. It's always the stuff that you have to do. This is such a common sentiment that society has come up with a few terms for it, like the rat race, the daily grind, the hamster wheel. A lot of us feel this way. So this isn't a fun place to be in. So the question is, how did we get here and how do we change it? I mean, if you do something every single day that you don't want to do, there has to be a compelling reason that you're doing it, right? Otherwise, why would you be doing it? What makes you feel like you're stuck in this cycle? That answer is likely very simple. You have most likely become a slave to your debt and to the expenses associated with your lifestyle. So it's our financial decisions, both past and present, that are keeping us stuck here. According to CareerBuilder.com, 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And according to Yahoo Finance, 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in any kind of savings. That is insane. So most of us are totally dependent on our next paycheck just to barely afford the lifestyle that we've built for ourselves. So in this situation, we can't even begin to save a little money, much less making a career change or starting a business, because we can't even miss one paycheck without the whole house of cards collapsing. So if you were able to start over, to wipe the slate clean, no more debt, no more financial obligations, what would you do differently? Okay, so let's daydream for just a second. Think about your debts and think about all the money that you spend. Okay, now I want you to picture in your mind all of the things that money has purchased for you. Was it a nice car, a home in a trendy neighborhood, new fashionable clothing, or dinner and drinks with friends every night? Maybe it's toys or hobbies or travel. Whatever it is for you, keep a picture of that in your mind for just a second, because those are the things that you have chosen over personal freedom. That is where you have placed value in your life. Was it worth it? If it were, I don't think you would have clicked on this video. So the question is, how do we go about changing it? Well, some basic logic would tell us that there are really only two ways to change this. That would be to decrease your obligations and/or increase your income. So either you need to pay off your debts and get your current living expenses under control, or you need to increase your income to support the lifestyle that you've built. But would accomplishing either of these things really fix the problem, or is the problem even deeper than that? Have you ever heard the term lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep? According to Investopedia, lifestyle inflation refers to an increase in spending as your income rises. In other words, the more you earn, the more you spend. And that's why we're constantly seeing stories about athletes and lottery winners and celebrities that file for bankruptcy shortly after their income runs out. So if raising our income levels doesn't solve the problem, what will? First step, we have to change our relationship with money. We have to change our mindset. If freedom is what you're looking for, then that freedom has to be more important to you than any material possessions. You also have to want your freedom more than you care about impressing others. Too many of us get stuck in that cycle of trying to keep up with the Joneses. We all want to impress our friends. We all want to look successful and put forward this impression that we're doing well in life. I get it. The problem is, if it's at the expense of true success, is it really worth it? So unless you truly change your mindset and your relationship with money, you're going to find yourself back in the same place, no matter your level of income. I don't care if you're Mike Tyson and you make $300 million during your career. If you don't have the right mindset and the right relationship with your money, you will end up right back in the same place. So again, how do we change our relationship with money? Number one, get a clear picture of where you stand today financially. And to truly know where every penny of your money is going, you've got to track it. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've mentioned time and time again, track your money. You need to know where it's going. And it doesn't have to be anything official. There are apps out there that can help you that make it a lot easier. And if you want to use one of them, that's fine. If not, use a notebook. Whatever you have to do to keep up with the money that you're spending so that you know where it's going. That information is important and you can get a lot of value out of it. Track your money. Another positive out of tracking your money is you can see what you've made important to you. You can see the things that you've put on a pedestal in life, and it can help you really reevaluate more than just your financial situation. It really gives you a very clear picture of the things that you currently value in life, and it helps you reassess that. And now, once you know where your money is going, we'll be able to redirect our path into a more suitable direction. Now, to do that effectively, we have to create a plan. A good financial plan is an active, living, breathing document. It is a roadmap for your financial life, and it can change and morph to fit your needs throughout your life, and it will help you make the most of the assets that you have coming in. Another thing that I hear a lot is that financial plans are for wealthy people, and that is not the case at all. I mean, if you went out and you purchased a piece of complicated furniture that had to be assembled, wouldn't you want an instruction booklet, a manual that you can flip through with detailed, itemized lines that tell you what to do next? Wouldn't that make it so much easier? Look at your financial life in the same light. I mean, you need to know ahead of time what you're trying to build, or else how are you going to build it? I mean, outlining every little step along the way is the only way you're going to accomplish your financial goals. You have to have a plan. Now let's start that plan by setting some goals. When creating your goals, let's break them down into like bite-sized steps. Make them as detailed as you can and put a timeline to it. For example, your goal is to buy a house in 5 years. And to do that, you have to save $750 a month for 5 years to have a total down payment of $45,000. Does that math work? Yeah. Now, for every month that you fail to save that $750, you push back the purchase of your house that 1 month. Planning in this way, it's not difficult, and it gives you a good roadmap to follow, and it also gives you some incentives to hit those goals because you don't want to wait an extra month to buy a house. And over that 5 years, if you miss 6 payments, well, now you're 6 months behind buying your house. And another example would be to define the life that you want to have in 10 years. Define it. Write out all of the details of where you would like to be in 10 years. What would it take to make that lifestyle a reality? If it's to be debt-free, then make a plan to pay off all your debts. See my video called Killing Your Debts. It's linked in the description below, but don't watch it until after this video. Thanks. I will say though, large goals that take years to accomplish can become very tedious. And that makes it really hard to stay on track as time passes. So in order to keep yourself on track for these larger goals, it would probably be beneficial if you had some incentives in place. For example, for every 6 months that you stay on track for one of your goals, consider giving yourself a small reward or a prize. But you need to account for the expense of those prizes back in your original budgeting and goal setting, because if you don't, it'll set you back on your goals. So budget for them. And it could be something simple. It could be dinner out with friends. It could be a small trip. It could be some new toy or a new camera. It could be anything, but just keep in mind, every penny that you spend, even on those incentives, is ultimately going to set you back a little bit on your goals. Now, backtracking a little bit, when you're setting your goals, please remember to include some sort of retirement investing. I'm not going to get into that right now in this video, and I know for you 20-somethings out there, you guys probably roll your eyes a little bit when we talk about retirement investing, but trust me, the years fly by. And at your age, there's this magical thing called compounding interest, and it will do things for you that only time can do. If you miss out on it, you're not going to get it back. Once time is gone, it's gone. Do not waste the benefits of your youth like I did. But a real quick side note, take a look at what your employers offer for retirement. If they have a 401k or anything like that and they match it, please participate. That match is free money. Do not leave it on the table. If they'll match any percentage, jump in there and participate. You will not regret it. Okay, and next, Don't let an emergency ruin everything. Remember, 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. If you're on that team, you need to get off now. So make sure your new budget and goals has some amount, even 50 cents. It has some amount going towards an emergency fund. Get used to putting money in it now. And I'm serious, if it's only 50 cents, whatever you can do, allocate some amount of money into an emergency fund. If you are ever unable to work for any reason, or if you want to make a career change or start a business, you need to have your living expenses covered until your income can be replaced. I recommend that you focus on building up 6 months of living expenses. It could take a while. You don't have to get it immediately. Just start working towards that. Any more cash than that on hand most likely wouldn't be needed and should be stored away in an investment tool where it's earning you some of that magical compounding interest. Going through the process of creating your financial plans and setting your goals will absolutely change your relationship with money. Once you begin to associate an expense with the loss of or the delay of accomplishing one of your goals, you will truly begin to weigh their real costs. But if a purchase is worth the delay of one of your goals to you, by all means, make the purchase. Because after all, at the end of the day, it's your money and it's your life. At least you'll be making an educated purchase and not just an impulse buy. Just simply adjust your goals to accommodate for that purchase and then move forward. And this, my friends, is the real way to exit the rat race. Make a plan and get to it. Live within your means now and get financially prepared for the future. Now, the deeper your financial hole is now, the longer it's gonna take for you to get out. But I promise you, there is light at the tunnel. And if you stick to your plan, you will get there. And once you are no longer dependent on that paycheck for your immediate livelihood, a world of opportunities will open up to you. You will be free to make that career change or to start that business or even take that job that you loved or that you really wanted, but they couldn't pay you enough money. Guys, I hope you found value in this video, and I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to watch to this point. But if you don't mind, I need one more thing from you. You know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell. That would really help me out with that infamous YouTube algorithm. Thank you again for sticking around until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.